Hi everyone, Mr. H here. So good to see you again. And today we are going to be talking about a new type of rhythm called 16th notes. It's going to be a little bit of growing on of the things that we talked about last week. But before that, I want to say Happy Music in Our Schools Month. March is Music in Our Schools Month. So this whole month we are celebrating having music class in school and being able to sing, play, and learn all about music. So my question to you this week is, what do you like about music class? I know music class has been a little different this year. Instead of meeting up in a classroom and playing instruments and doing things like that, we've had to do everything across a computer screen and doing things like that. But it's still music class. I hope you're still having fun with it. So I wanted to think, what do you like about music class? Maybe keep that idea in the back of your head while we work on our lesson for the week. So we're going to begin by saying, do you remember these rhythms? How many beats does this note get? I should say these notes because there's two of them stuck together. Do you remember what they're called? Do you remember how many beats they get? We talked about them last week. Do you remember? Let's take a look. All right, well, these are called eighth notes. Each one of them is worth 1/2 of a beat. Most of the time you see two of them linked together. Remember, we have the one and then the second one, and then there's that line in between that ties them together. So when we clap them, we will say one and. So we have one and, 1/2, the other half. So if we were to clap 4 beats of eighth notes, it would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Can we all do it together? Get your hands ready. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Very good. So those are eighth notes. Now, we just said eighth notes are worth 1/2 of a beat. So you can fit 2 eighth notes together into one beat, just like what we played. But what happens if we want to play even smaller notes? What happens if we want to take those eighth notes and we want to cut them in half? What happens when we want to do something like that? Well, that's when we get 16th notes. 16th notes are even smaller than eighth notes. They're worth 1/4 of a beat. So you can fit 4 of them together in one beat. So if we look at the picture, we can see that there are 4 of them. They're all stuck together on the top, and they have 2 lines that are connecting them together. So 1, 2, 3, 4 with the 2 lines makes them 16th notes. So when we count them, we got to do 4 claps. It's going to sound like this. Listen carefully. 1 E and a. Did you guys hear that? I'm going to do it one more time. 1 E and a. All right. So let's say we want to do 4 beats of 16th notes. That's a lot of 16th notes. Well, it's going to sound like this. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. All right. Let's try doing that together. Let's get our hands ready. We're going to do 4 beats of 16th notes. Ready and go and. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Very good. Let's do it one more time. Make sure we really got it. 1, 2, and 3, and go. And 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Very good. So those are 16th notes, maybe a little tricky, but not too crazy. So let's keep on looking. What else do we have? Oop, too far. I'm sorry. There we go. So sometimes we want to take 1/8 note and cut it in half to make 2 16th notes. They look a little something like this. So we have 1/8 note standing out there. We had another one, and we said we want to take that one and split it in 2. And it looks like this. So we have 1 and a 1/8 note and a 2 16th notes. So it's going to sound like this. 1 and a. Can you guys do that together? One beat. Ready and go. And 1 and a. Very good. Let's see if we can do it all together. 4 beats of this 8th note and 16th note pattern. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. See? It's kind of sounds kind of fun. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. It's kind of like you're starting music. Let's do it one more time. 1 and 2 and ready and go. And 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Very good. All right. Now, here we have our next part. When you have an eighth note and two 16th notes tied together, you can flip them around. So if we look at the first half of this picture, we see that we have one and a. It's just like we saw, but then they flip the order around. They have the 16th note first. So in this case, it would be like this: 2E and. One and a 2E and. So they just flip them back and forth. It's a little tricky at first, but the more you do it, the more it'll kind of fit together. So let's try this, just as it's written: 1 and a 2E and. Let's get our hands ready. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and a 2E and. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna do another video. This one has all of these 16th notes in it, so it's gonna help us practice. We're gonna practice these rhythms. Here we go. Intermediate rhythms, 16th notes is what it's called. So it's got a little bit of everything. So get your hands ready to go. There are 4 tries on each one. I'll do a couple, then I'll let you do it. After we get these. Here we go. 1 and 2E and a 3 and 4E and a 1 and 2E and a 3 and your turn. Very good. I'll say it twice. Here we go. Ha, 3 and a 4. 1, 2, 3 and a 4. Your turn. All right, here we go. Listen to me do it twice. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Very good. Ooh, we got a half note. Here we go. 1, 2 and a 3, 4. 1, 2 and a 3, 4. Your turn. Okay, here we go. Listen twice, play twice. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. Your turn. And a rest. Here we go. 2 and a 3 and 4 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and. Oop, it gets really tricky. And a 2 and a 4. And a 2 and a 4. Your turn. Last one. Here we go. And a 2E and a 3E and a 4 and a 2E and a 3E and a 4 and. That's it. Oh, it says thank you for watching. All right, well, that's the end of that video. I don't know about you guys, but I really liked the music to that one too, just listening to the music. Maybe if you get a chance, if you find this video yourself, you can play the music and just let it go. You don't have to clap. It's fun to listen to. Well, that's all the time we have for today. We learned how 16th notes work and we played a few rhythms with them. So I hope that you had fun with that. We're going to continue on with Music in Our Schools Month next week, but until then, have a good day and I'll see you next time. Bye.